today I want to focus on the damage that refractive eye surgeries can do to health. And in particular, I would like to talk about my constituent, Darren Clixby. Darren, like many of us, had lived much of his life needing glasses or contact lenses because of short-sightedness. As many people have, he heard the messages about laser eye surgery and its promise to make life easier and better. He also heard the statistics that are bandied about regarding the rarity of serious complications. So he paid his money and he went for it, January 2009. But I'm sorry to say that the damage immediately after the surgery was awful. Darren was in tremendous pain. He couldn't open his eyes at all until the following day, and when he did, his vision was unrecognisable. It was filled with sunbursts coming from light sources, halos around them, images that overlapped, and many, many floaters, small objects I have loads of in my eyes, that persistently stay in your vision no matter where you look. Having such damaged vision was distracting, disorientating, and very distressing. Darren couldn't function, and he had been told by some that this would go away after surgery, that it was merely a temporary effect. So he took sick leave and he persevered in that hope. But the weeks passed and then the months, and the problems with his vision just simply did not go away. Darren understandably became increasingly distraught, anxious and depressed. At checkups, he was told time and time again it was temporary. He was fobbed off with steroid eye drops, which did nothing. He then was offered another procedure with the same company using alternative refractive surgery technique. Then another via a private referral to Moorfields, and then another. Darren has now had 5 separate refractive eye surgeries, 4 to correct the damage of the first, and none of these operations have helped. In fact, Darren believes they've just made things worse. And all of this time, Darren's mental health was deteriorating. He found his work as a solicitor increasingly impossible because of the psychological damage which has resulted in a diagnosis of severe depression and anxiety that remains 13 years on. He resigned his job and has endured 18 months out of work. But give me 2 seconds. And even now, after getting a new legal role, he found it difficult to continue, and he had to resign 18 months afterwards. Eventually, in 2012, Darren had to stop the process of repeated surgeries and disengage to protect what was left of his mental health. It's taken him many years to come to terms with what has been done.
I just, it brings to my mind, and I thank the Honourable Lady for saying what surgery can do. I have one constituent, he was a diabetic. He went to a consultant to engage to see if a laser surgery would be appropriate. Unfortunately, as a result of that, he lost his eyesight in its entirety. And today he has no eyesight in either eye. So when it comes to surgery, I think the Honourable Lady is absolutely right, and I thank her for bringing that today as a reminder that it doesn't always work, and you need to be careful and aware of that.
Lynn Brown.
Grateful, Madam Chair. Darren now believes there is nothing that can be done to significantly repair the damage to his sight. He has uncomfortable dry eyes every day of his life, which has become far worse after reading or concentrating for long periods. He can't see clearly in low light conditions. He can't drive after dark, and even crossing the road can be dangerous because it's hard to judge the distance between cars. Darren believes he wasn't fully informed about the risks before his surgery. He has no trust in what little regulation or self-regulation exists via the General Optical Council and the General Medical Council. This was a private, elective procedure that Darren paid for. Surely, to heavens, the company who performed the surgery should be responsible for the best possible aftercare and for making it right. But Darren contacted the company responsible for the original surgery again in 2017, and they made it absolutely clear they would offer him nothing. Effectively, they told him to go away, to stop being a nuisance, stop getting in the way, frankly, of them making more money. As always, the NHS has been left to pick up the pieces after poorly regulated private medicine has failed. How much, Minister, is this costing the NHS across the country? It would be good to know, and I wonder if the Minister might have any information on that to hand. Surely to heavens, we need to create a system where patients are genuinely informed about the real risks, a system where there is proper recourse to a regulator when things go wrong, and a system where private companies are held responsible for their failings and for the cost.